Hey you guys, it's me again and my shower curtain. I just wanted to drop in and do a real quick video just to encourage you on this week. I know that there might be someone out there who might be dealing with what I'm about to talk about, and hopefully, prayerfully, it will encourage you. So let's get started. I was reading a book by Sarah Jakes Roberts, and it's called Colliding with Destiny. And a chapter in this book talks about how she was physically working out, but she wasn't seeing the fruit of her working out. She wasn't seeing the harvest of what she was putting in and all the hard work that she was doing. And she also talked about spiritually how we are the same way. Like, okay, God, I'm doing boom, 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 and I don't see the fruit of what I'm doing. This is something that I'm sure a lot of people are dealing with, even myself, where we feel like, okay, God, I'm doing this, this, and this. Like, okay, now I deserve my blessing because I've checked off all of these things. Well, I am doing this, and that, but such and such isn't doing it, and they have it. Like, why is it not me receiving these things? And we start to throw a spiritual fit where we get upset with God, we get mad with God, we withhold our faith on ourselves, not anyone else. So we're like, okay, well, I'm not going to believe anymore. I'm not going to pray about this anymore because obviously it's not happening. And sometimes when things don't come on our timeline, we feel like God has failed us. Like, He said His ways are not our ways. So why are we upholding God to a fleshly standard? And why do we feel like we know more than God? After I read that, it really showed me something, even within myself, that a lot of times we feel like we're sowing these seeds, but we aren't seeing the harvest. And a lot of times we feel like other people are getting stuff before we get it, and we lose out because we're so focused on what we don't have. We give up. So we ride and we're going through this trial, we're going through this storm, and then we just stop. And I talked about that in a previous vlog. I'll link it down below. We go through this storm and we don't understand why we're going through it. And so instead of pushing through it, we stop. It's a normal thing to feel, but we don't want to stay in that place because the only thing that it really hurts is us. Like, it hurts us more than anything. Like, it's not that God wants to withhold things from you because you don't deserve it. But He's a good Father to where He doesn't want to give you something until it's time. We might think we're ready based on what we have now, but God sees our ending from our beginning. So He knows, okay, if I give you this now, you might mess it up. Or if I give it to you now, you won't really appreciate it. Or if I give it to you now, it's going to become an idol in your life. You're not even going to pray to me. You're not even going to depend on me anymore. So I really need you to draw close to me during this season. Just like, if you have a child, say they're 2 years old, you're not going to give them the keys to the car. You're not going to, hopefully, you're not going to give them a knife. You're not going to, let them just go and wander off by themselves because they're not ready. So in the same way, God is a good Father to where He's like, I love my child enough to say, okay, they might really want this. They might even cry and throw tantrums on the floor and question me. But eventually they're going to see why they had to wait, why they had to suffer a little while longer. And Galatians 6 and 9 says that we will reap a harvest if we do not faint. If we just go one day at a time, eventually we will get there. Just it's easier said than done a lot of times because our flesh wants what it wants. It's like we start to side-eye God, like, where my blessing at? We lose the reverence for God. I'm speaking about myself because a lot of times I'm like, God, I'm ready for this. And I had a situation where there was this guy, but I remember looking at him and being like, wow, whoever gets him is such a blessed girl. She's so lucky. And then we ended up talking and dating, and it was a stronghold for me. And it took me a year to get through something that only lasted 2 months. All because my desires went ahead of God. Like I was like, God, I want this, boom, boom, boom. And he's like, you're not ready for that. I'm going to let you think that you know more. Okay, boom, here it is. And it completely destroyed me. Spiritually, I was broken because I was like exhausted. I went through that and it took me a while to get through it, like a long time. But had I been patient and waited, even when I didn't understand, that would be an unnecessary heartbreak. Like we can save ourselves from a lot of heartbreak and frustrations if we just wait. Try not to allow yourself to become impatient with God for yourself. God is sovereign in all his ways, and if he promised you this, it's going to happen. But of course, you're going to go through these moments where you get frustrated, you doubt, you allow yourself to compare yourself with other people and what they have, and you feel as though you're less than or something's wrong with you because you don't have those things yet. And just like the story of Abraham and Sarah and how God promised him a son, and instead of waiting on the promise of God, Abraham's wife Sarah convinced him to sleep with their servant and produce a child. Now, even though they were out of the will of God and they rushed ahead of God, God still had his promise for them, that he still had, the child that he said that he would give them. Don't allow your timing to go ahead of God's timing. Rest and know, and it's a peace you have to continuously tell yourself, because some days you might be like, okay, God, I'm waiting on you, I'm waiting on the Lord. I'm just going to rest in his timing. And some other days you're like, look, it's about time for this to happen because I'm tired of waiting. Or it's about time for this to happen because I'm ready. Like, what you mean I can't have this? Why? You don't trust me? I don't deserve it? Like, we start to really go back and forth with God, and it's like, just rest. So I hope that this encourages you. I will post a blog that I have done about, God's taking too long, and it's a natural thing to feel, and God is not surprised, and he's not, mad at you for being frustrated, but he just wants you to trust him. I hope you guys have a blessed week. Bye.